Hello, gents, ladies, and other pals. So, we have just gotten. Wait, this is not even the right page. We have just gotten Dev Note number 7, right? So, this should be telling us what is coming up from this month, Nagi, and what we should expect next July. So, I thought, why not we just go over this real quick, see what they plan to do. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I already recorded the video. I already had everything set up. It was perfect, just perfect. Just for me to find out my audio file got corrupted and there's no audio, so I have to re-record this. So I'm not gonna fabricate any reactions to you guys for you guys. I've already seen this, so I'm just gonna give my thoughts once again. All right, this is Lee Dongjo, PD of Mongil Stardive. Through the office pop-up store held in Korea from June 3rd to 7th, we had the wonderful opportunity to meet many divers in person, and it was a truly grateful experience. For our global divers who were unable to attend in person, we will continue to think carefully and prepare ways to bring greater joy and precious memories both in and out of the game. Next week, on a Wednesday, June 17th, the new character Nagi will finally be making her way to our divers. She's a character we have prepared with great care, and I myself feeling a little excited as I wait for that day. You're not real, bud. In today's developer note, however, I would like to share some information about what comes after, specifically the major improvements planned for version 1.2 scheduled for July 8th. So we have a date now, July 8th, which July 8th, if we look, it's that Wednesday. So just for future reference, we now know we can expect updates on Wednesdays. Or I think it's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Right? Because I believe it's Wednesday for in Korea, but I'm in the States right now, in the East Side, so I'm pretty sure for me it's Tuesday at 8 or 9, I believe. But check your region, check your time zone to see where you're getting it. The first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna do Legendary Monster Link. So they're gonna introduce the Rigid Nula Monster Link in version 1.2. It will possess stronger stats than existing monster links, and when equipped, it will accompany the character visually. Legendary monster links can only be equipped once per individual, which means like you can only get one per account. So if you get it on your account, that should be the only one you're gonna get. It's gonna use a completely different equipment slot. So it's gonna have its own dedicated slot and can be equipped to all characters you own, so there's no restrictions. We have designed the system so that one unique monster link can be attained and equipped. As a result, there are restrictions on setting different rank effects or traits for each individual character. Again, we're gonna see what they mean like as we get closer, but I'm guessing like you're not gonna be able to stack crazy amount of like defense reduction, right? Because that'd be actually kind of crazy. Whether to use it universally or to enhance a specific character would be left to each diver's personal preference. Yeah, so apparently you can use a buff to use it universally or to enhance a specific character. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're at a no. There'll probably be some comps where it'll work, right? Probably like a win comp of G1, Bonnie, and say like Esther, or if Nagi's good enough, then Nagi, right? You'd want to use it universally, or again, it depends. It depends on the person. Then the dispatch system. So, if you guys don't know, the tedious of logging in every day to clear the entire map, which takes like maybe 2 hours, they're finally putting in a system to where you can dispatch a character, which is only once per day, and they're gonna begin farming that area, getting, monster link captures, the ore, all the, the resources you need to cook, and yeah, it's limited. It's meant to match the results of playing the field yourself, and they're preparing to have Neander's level reflected in the acquisition rate. My thing about this is they're saying it's supposed to match the results of playing the field yourself. I am assuming if you do the dispatch, then you cannot go back in yourself manually to go through all the monsters again and collect it like twice. That's my assumption with this. Or can you do the dispatch and then do the monsterling? Or could you collect all the monsterlings yourself first and then dispatch a character to go farm it? But I'm sure it's not the latter, and it's the former of whether you do dispatch or you do it yourself manually. That's the only time you can do it. This system is fine, but my opinions on this is we really need to step up on the events, right? Because imagine, what do you do as a Mongil Stardive player on a day-to-day basis? You log in, you do your requests, you do your daily, right? And you, if you want to, you clear. After that, you don't do anything else, right? You might do Conquest, you might do Rift if you can, which, tune in, maybe sometime soon, I'm gonna do a guide for my free-to-play casual players on how to get past, the lower levels of Rift and how to make a better team. But if you're adding the system, right, now what incentive do players have to play the game? Events. You need to actually make good events players can play that is easily accessible to a lot of players, so they'll stick. This system needs to have a lot of events to back it up, because again, where's the incentive to stay after you've done this in your requests? But this is more just a game thing. Even without this, again, what is keeping players playing the game? So we'll see what they do with this as well, the events. The biggest winner of this patch, without a doubt, is footwear stacks adjustments. So if you guys do not know, when you are rolling for boots, you have a 25% chance each to get one of those 4 roles: fighter, support, destroyer, or assassin. And again, it's RNG, so you'll have a chance to get a fighter when you win a support, or a destroyer when you win an assassin. And the system is very frustrating because you could get the right stats. You can get attack, crit rate, crit damage. Perfect. But it's on support, and you already have them for support. So, as footwear has a high crafting difficulty and appears to have placed a greater burden on players than expected, we plan to adjust the role status that was previously only attained for legendary footwear equipment. The adjustment will introduce a new stat called role specialization. It will be guaranteed upon crafting footwear equipment, and when equipped by a character, the stat corresponding to that character's role will be applied. So they are saying, if all boots, you can just remove they're going to remove the assassin, the fighter, the destroyer. They're going to remove that stat entirely, right? So now going forward with the boots, if you equip boots on Cloud, who is a destroyer, it will automatically be a destroyer boots. And if you were to take those same boots and put it on an Ophelia, that is now a fighter's boots, or a fighter boots, which is huge because it saves so much time. Now you don't have to roll pretty much relentlessly to get boots that is support, that's fighter, that's assassin, that's destroyer with the same attack, crit rate, crit damage over and over and over again. It's frustrating. So this is the biggest winner of the patch. This is fantastic. This is great. Keep it up. We love it. Mwah. Monster Link system improvements. We would like to reduce the overall difficulty of obtaining your desired monster links. Alright, so community feedback, they decided to add these systems. Mutation acquisition rate adjustment, which is, thank gosh. I think getting Golgak is like a 20% chance. It's absolutely nasty. Trait upgrade system addition and trait refresh system addition. So trait upgrade is a feature that allows you to increase a trait's grade. So grade 1, grade 2. This does not mean exceeding the current maximum of grade 5. This... I'll come back to that. Let me finish reading. Trait refresh is a feature being prepared that allows you to change a monster link's existing traits to new ones. Right? We hope these system improvements will help you build your desired monster link traits and that the fatigue involved in the process will be reduced. So let's go back with the trait upgrade, right? This and trait refresh all relies on what resources you need to be able to do these. Because currently, remember, the way to get like the best grade 5 traits is to clear the map, right? Is to clear the map. Hope you get lucky to get the grade 5 traits, and then you can use your purees to get them up to tier 5, right? Or not tier, but prime grade, right? That's kind of how it goes. So for the trait upgrade, we'll see. I'll see like the resources that it requires to take this up from like grade 1 to grade 2, because realistically, you don't need a trait upgrade feature. You don't need it, especially with a dispatch system coming in too. I think this like heavily relies on the resources that it takes to get it up. Like obviously this is still a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have in the game. We just need to see what the resources are needed. If it's gold, or like, I really hope it's the material you get from like killing monsters or like capturing monsters, because you use those same materials to craft, or not to craft, but to cook, right? If that's like the resources used for this, then it'd be good. If it's like, no way, if it's a puree, this would be the worst change ever if it's a puree, but I don't know, we'll see. And this trait refresh, existing traits to new ones, this one can actually be kind of huge, because if you already have a prime grade, like a 5-star monsterling, let's say you had some traits and you don't want to have to spend puree to do the whole cycle again, you don't have to go through all of that, you can just trait refresh. But again, what are the resources that you need to do this? Is it purees? Probably the one resource in this game that is pretty like really hard to get. Only time will tell how these traits will really hold up, or how these these trait refresh, these trait upgrades will hold up. Mainly the resources it takes to do these, but again, we'll see. And I believe that is the end of the patch note. This is mobile stuff. If you want to pause for any of you mobile players, they are fixing this stuff. I won't go over it too much, but yeah, again, this is just like the big like, they're not going too heavy into this, because again, they're gonna add in the swimsuit skin, the summer event, we'll probably get a new character, right? So this is very very just like a sneak peek of what we're gonna see going into the next few weeks. Overall, it's a great patch. There is no bad patch, or not, there is no bad part about this. It's just I'll have to see how they implement some of these and what they do to compensate, especially for this. But that was the patch notes, or that was not the patch notes, that was the dev notes number 7. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed.